That is Tamika Robinson.
Tamika Robinson, wide receiver.
They were committed again to Marshall as the starting running back.
Michelle Marshall, running back, wide receiver.
That is Tamika Robinson, the phenom rookie. Chicago very confident here, going for the two-point conversion, rolling right and finding. That is Robinson in the back of the end zone. Good pocket time, finding a receiver. That is Tamika Robinson. Now Robinson is very small statured, but those gloves, I mean, she's got Gronk-like hands.
Gronk-like hands, great play. Sees Robinson coming across, look at those hands. She could have caught that one-handed, you're right, just like Gronk.
Now when I visited the training camp in Chicago, Coach Keith Hack said, look out for number 4. She is going to be your breakout star of 2018, and she is not disappointed here in the first half.
Coach Hack told me yesterday, she's a combination of Christelle Harris and A.J. Johnson, just an explosive player.
And they go back to Robinson, who nearly gets decapitated by Sherry Awaga. And that is a delayed handoff. Robinson trying to find a gap, nothing doing. And wasting no time, the rookie phenom, Tamika Robinson, on a 13-yard carry and a touchdown for Chicago.
Wow, you talk about replacing the Ferrari.
Chicago now lining up for the two-point conversion again. And they're going to go back to Robinson. Why not?
She tried to switch hands on her own. She fumbled the ball without getting hit. White tried to get the outside hand and went out.
Caldwell from the shotgun has a receiver. And that looked like it was dropped by Tamika Robinson.
Tamika Robinson should have pulled this in. The ball was a little bit late, but right on target. I can't blame Caldwell on this one. This is right there. You have to pull this in. It's in her hands, pull it in, and you're down on the 5-6 yard line.
Receiver split to the right side, again down the field, finding a seam. That is Tamika Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago.
Great play by Tamika Robinson, not trying to go on top of the safeties. Catches the ball underneath, right on the money. Splits the safeties, goes in for 6.
Does Keith Hack surprise you with his coaching staff time and time again to find this young talent out there? They keep finding talent like Kristen Morrison, Marissa Galladay, now Tamika Robinson.
Austin has a quarterback. They also have receivers. The Smurfs, Cassandra Bills, Leilani Lopez, and Michelle Marshall. A lot of targets for Tashay Winfrey tonight.
An electric atmosphere here in Music City. A 1st and 10. That is a toss left to Michelle Marshall. A 2nd and 11. Ball going back to Marshall. Ball at the Nashville 21-yard line. Winfrey back to pass over the middle. And just not on the same page as her receivers. That one intended for Michelle Marshall. And I'm not sure, that was the big criticism in the offseason. They were committed again to Marshall as the starting running back. She just does not have the size. Nashville stacking that front defense. And Michelle Marshall getting through the defense like a hot knife going through butter.
That's how it's done, like a hot knife going through butter.
Michelle Marshall finally delivering for this offense. And Austin has 6 points on the board. There's a look at Marshall's numbers. Respectable last year.
Exactly. Solid back. She needs help back there. You give her a fullback in front of her, it's a good combination.
Michelle Marshall here on the extra point. No chance. Again, just completely overwhelmed. Marshall just not having the size to be a short down back in this league.
He knows he needs to get a fullback.
A lot of effort and not moving the sticks.
It's a read option. She pulls the ball, but that does show you the quicks of Marshall. She's a solid back, not a superstar. She gets the job done. She needs help back there, though. Another partner, a fullback, and she'll be the tailback.
Yeah, Marshall strikes me as more of a third down, or in this league, a fourth down back. I don't know that she's your full-time 10, 12 touches a game back.
Not at all, because teams will not respect her as that kind of a back. Then they'll be all going back for the pass play.
With an empty back set, this will be a quick screen. Out to Michelle Marshall, a 6-yard play. You want to talk about a test, this is it. Against a pretty good Atlanta defense. This is Winfrey back to pass, wide open! That is Michelle Marshall. And the two connect for 18 yards as the clock continues to run here. It looks like Marshall and Robinson at the top of your screen and Leilani Lopez at the bottom. A crossing pattern, connecting! Are you kidding me? Austin, do you believe in miracles? They're really high on the rookie, Tamika Robinson, who had a great opening game versus this Los Angeles defense. From the 15-yard line, they are gonna look to Robinson, complete. A nice looking screen, but it'll be limited. A 3rd and 5 over the middle, has a receiver. A great early connection with Robinson. We talked about how dangerous Robinson can be in the open field.
Robinson has strong hands. We talk about her running ability, her strong legs, but great receivers have strong hands, and she has
a 4th and goal as we approach the 6-minute mark, and that's a fumble. A poor-looking handoff and exchange with Robinson.
I think Robinson just missed the football. She closed her arms too quick. It's on the ground. The play was there. It would have gone in the end zone.
As good of a rookie as she is a rookie, Tamika Robinson. That ball came loose, but late, this time complete to Tamika Robinson. A 1st and 10, this offense backed up. Looking down the field has Robinson. And just beyond the outstretched arms of Tamika Robinson, a 2nd and 10 shot into the end zone. And that was caught and dropped by the rookie Tamika Robinson. Robinson, for all that she's done well on the field, we've seen her expose herself. That one behind Tamika Robinson. A 2nd and 10 dump off. Tamika Robinson. This time Robinson holding on to it. Ball at the Los Angeles 10. They go back to Robinson, spinning her way down to about the 6-yard line. So a 4-yard carry by the rookie running back.
They're trying to come up with a combination. With the loss of the Ferrari Christel Harris, they want Robinson really to step up and help out Javelle Thompson.
A 1st and goal, ball at the Los Angeles 6. They're going to go back to Robinson. Another good-looking pass by Caldwell. This time held on by Robinson. Ball at the Los Angeles 19-yard line. Fakes the handoff. Has a receiver in the flat. Agam Chichindu.
You really have to hand it to number 4, Tamika Robinson, egging on Agam Chichindu, who's known to get personal fouls, throwing punches. It worked.
Get a play. Personal foul, number 6.
But it looks like they're going to go back to the ground here, and that's all they have to do to run this clock out.
And with Tamika back there, she gets positive yardage most of the time.
2nd and 10, ball at the Chicago 17. They're going to go to Robinson. Nice looking run by the rookie. That was a 5-yard carry. Perhaps more importantly, folks, that one win came on a last-second 4th and goal touchdown by Michelle Marshall. Winfrey back to pass, buying time, throwing across her body. That was nearly intercepted. A 3rd and goal handoff, and they're gonna make them pay for that decision.
Michelle Marshall,
2 minutes is a long time in the LFL. This is Winfrey back to pass, a lot of time in the pocket. Connecting! That is Michelle Marshall. A little bit of deja vu. That is the exact same completion you saw against the Atlanta Steam that enabled for that late rally.
Watch this, the coverage is there, Lily Cranston, but Marshall puts her back as a shield so she can't get to the football. The ball hits her in the belly. Great play by Marshall.
It all comes down to this, a 1st and goal. Winfrey back to pass, has a receiver. Michelle Marshall. Touchdown, Austin.
Wow, I'm sorry, Dakota Hughes in Atlanta. There's a new cardiac kid in Austin. Michelle Marshall doing it again at the end of the game, coming up with a clutch touchdown reception. We'll see if it holds up. That's incredible.
Caldwell making up for the interception earlier, connecting with Tamika Robinson. That is a 29-yard completion.
I really love Tamika Robinson, her suddenness. She has great stats right there, but she has that speed, she has that burst. She's there, and then boom, she's gone. She's behind you.
Coach Keith Hack was very high on the rookie running back that also plays wide receiver, and you can see why. Just an absolute playmaker. A 2nd and goal now, ball at the 3. Caldwell with a dart over the middle. That was intended for Tamika Robinson and broken up. That'll set up a 3rd and goal. That's an underneath route by Tamika Robinson and complete. Now the 2-point conversion on a release. Tamika Robinson. From the shotgun, empty back. Stepping up in the pocket, down the field, caught! Tamika Robinson, touchdown Chicago.
Chicago offensive coordinator Dave Mills showing no mercy, up 32-0 on the change of possession. He goes deep. Watch Caldwell climb the pocket, throws a perfect strike. Too much speed for Omaha. 6 points for Chicago. This game, that might be a nail in the coffin.
No, they're going to dump it off. That's Tamika Robinson. Robinson trying to stiff arm Shalyn Durham. There is your Eastern and Western Conference Championship matchup. This time they're going to stay on the ground. That's Michelle Marshall getting into the 2nd layer of the defense. The 3rd-year running back, the 5'3", 156-pound running back, breaks off an 11-yard run.
Marshall has really come into her own this year. She's been a solid performer all 3 years, but you see right there a 13.2-yard average. She's great running the football, but also catching the football. She's probably the most clutch receiver in the league.
Right now, they're really relying on the legs of Michelle Marshall.
I like her burst right through the hole like that. She gets to the 2nd level, then in open space. She has tight moves with her feet, one of the best in the league. I'd love her in my backfield any game.
That was a key 4th and 1. They gave the ball back to Marshall. Needing 1, she picked up 3. Marshall flanked to the right side of Winfrey. From the shotgun, Winfrey back to pass, quick screen. That's Marshall. And Marshall getting into the end zone for the first touchdown of the Western Conference Championship.
She can't get out there quick enough, so Winfrey just lays her the football, and she takes it in for 6. Great call, great read.
An 8-play, 35-yard scoring drive, taking up nearly half of the first quarter. Really led by that young lady, Michelle Marshall, with 19 yards on the ground and that 6-yard touchdown reception. Dropping back to pass into the flat, that's complete. That handoff to Marshall. They're gonna roll right, look to Marshall in the flat. Second and 16, toss right. That's Michelle Marshall. And Marshall will be limited to a minimal carry. Third and 7, Winfrey under center. They're gonna hand it off to Marshall. This snap sailing over the head of Michelle Marshall.
Don't ever take a direct snap again, boo-boo. It's not your thing. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You're too short. You're too short. You're too short. It'll come your way. Just be patient. Be patient. You know you jumped, babe. It's okay, though. We'll give you that freebie. You know you jumped.
Michelle Marshall for Austin had a great first half, 10 touches, 31 yards.
We are still under the bright sunshine here in Chicago. Hand off Michelle Marshall. This is a one-point attempt. Winfrey breaking through arm tackles into the end zone and completing to Michelle Marshall. So a first and 10 from the Austin 15-yard line. Michelle Marshall in the backfield. A little miscommunication, and Marshall will lose yardage. First and 10 toss, dangerous toss to Michelle Marshall. Cutting back inside, salvaging what could have been disastrous for Austin, converting into a 4-yard carry.
Great athletic play by Michelle Marshall. That pitch was horrible, almost went over her head.
Michelle Marshall, you are headed to Legends Cup 2018. Tell me, what are your emotions right now?
I'm so excited. I never in a million years thought that we'd be in this exact place, coming from 0-4, 1-3. We couldn't win anything. We thought we were cursed. We thought, we're competitive. Are we ever going to be there? And we are finally here. We're finally here, and it couldn't be to a more deserving team. 2-a-days in the 102-degree heat. Recruiting our butts off for so long. We started in September, ready for this. So I'm so happy for our staff, so happy for our organization, and hopefully we can take a cup home.
This is Caldwell losing her footing, throwing over the outstretched arms of Tamika Robinson. Second and 9, fake the toss. That's an inside handoff to Tamika Robinson. Robinson carries for 4 yards. As Chicago on their own side of the field, a crossing pattern dropped that was intended for Tamika Robinson.
She's open, but watch her feet. Watch Caldwell's feet. She does not get set. She throws it behind Robinson. Robinson did not settle in the hole. Just a bad play by both of them.
Third and 7. Caldwell from the pocket, wide open, but about a yard out of bounds. Great coverage that time by Heidi Ann of Nashville.
That's twice now. Heidi Ann has Tamika Robinson covered. There's nothing there.
A lot of misdirection in the backfield. I'm not sure if that was a broken play. On a 4th and 7, Tamika Robinson gets shoved out of bounds, well short of the first down. The Chicago Bliss will represent the Eastern Conference in a Legends Cup. The 2018 Legends Cup, and two of the biggest teams in the league are going to tango. The Austin Acoustic, winners of the Western Conference, will take on the Chicago Bliss, who beat the Nashville Knights in the Eastern Conference Championship. On point there to Michelle Marshall. Now a 4th and 7 for this young Austin Acoustic team. That's complete. Michelle Marshall coming through in the clutch. Austin needed 7, they got 9.
Great protection for Deshae Winfrey up front. She had all day to find Michelle Marshall coming across. She settled into a hole. It seems like she's the go-to receiver when Winfrey has to come up with a play.
Yeah, Marshall's really the late game heroics. 2nd and 10, ball at the 15. Looking downfield, now checking down to Marshall. An 11-yard completion, that'll stop the clock as well. Obviously, they cannot pick up a first down, so they've got to score here.
This is usually Michelle Marshall territory. She has a way to get open. Let's see if they go that way.
Marshall flanked to the right side of Winfrey in the backfield. Lopez and Bills at the bottom of your screen. An ugly looking pass. I'm not sure if that was meant to be a shovel pass to Marshall. 2nd and 6. From the pocket, a lot of time. Caldwell completing. That is the pass we've been looking for from Caldwell all night. A 26-yard connection with Tamika Robinson. That was a back-breaking completion after Austin had all the momentum.
Tamika Robinson has become Caldwell's go-to receiver this season right there, 13 receptions. Tamika Robinson has stepped up.
A little confusion this time. Handoff to Tamika Robinson. From the shotgun, here comes the blitz, a release. And that is dropped by Tamika Robinson. First and 10. Look at this. Deshae Winfrey catching fire now, completing an out pattern to Michelle Marshall. Michelle Marshall amazingly holds on to it over the boards. Now all Chicago will have to do is take a knee, as Austin has no timeouts remaining, so they cannot stop the clock.